Imagine walking alone late at night in a quiet village or an empty forest, and suddenly you see a tall figure in white, slowly approaching. The sound she makes echoes in the air, a chilling po, po. This is the legend of Hachishaku-sama, Japan's infamous 8-foot-tall woman, a terrifying spirit whose story has haunted generations. The origin of Hachishaku-sama. Hachishaku-sama, literally meaning 8 shaku tall woman, derives from an old Japanese unit of measurement. 1 shaku is approximately 1 foot. So this spirit stands about 8 feet tall, towering over ordinary humans. Her story is rooted in rural Japan's folklore, evolving over decades, but with no single confirmed origin. Many tales agree she was once a real woman, unusually tall for her time, who lived isolated from others. Due to her height, people feared and avoided her. Some say she was misunderstood, others say she was cursed. According to one popular belief, the woman lived in a small village and suffered greatly from loneliness and mistreatment. After her death, her spirit returned, filled with sorrow and anger. She became a vengeful entity, targeting children and those who dared to wander alone at night. Her trademark appearance is striking and haunting. Dressed in a long white gown, a wide-brimmed hat covering most of her face, and her unnatural height making her an intimidating figure in the dark. The legend's core. The hunt begins. The terrifying part of the legend is that if Hachishaku-sama chooses you, there's no escape. The spirit is said to stalk her victim for 4 days. During the first day, you might just feel an eerie presence nearby, a shadow at the edge of your vision. Some describe hearing her strange po sound, which is not a word but an onomatopoeic expression of her slow, echoing footsteps. By the second day, she grows closer. You might glimpse her standing outside your window or see her shadow passing silently. The fear intensifies. On the third day, things worsen. The temperature drops suddenly and you hear knocks at your door or whispers calling your name, sometimes even in the voices of loved ones attempting to lure you out. By the fourth day, if you fail to protect yourself or escape, the legend says she will take you away forever, and you will vanish without a trace. A real thrilling incident. There's a lesser-known but chilling story from a mountainous village in Japan's Nagano prefecture during the 1970s that perfectly captures the fear inspired by Hachishaku-sama. A young man named Kenta, working as a forest ranger, was on a routine patrol one autumn evening. Around dusk, he noticed an unnaturally tall figure standing motionless near the tree line. The figure was dressed in white, with a hat pulled low over the face. Kenta felt an overwhelming sense of dread but approached cautiously, thinking it might be a lost hiker. The figure made no response but let out the eerie po sound repeatedly. Terrified, Kenta hurried back to his cabin but found the door locked from the outside. Suddenly, all the lights went out, and the cold was unbearable. He heard faint knocks and a soft whisper calling his name in a voice he recognized but knew was not real. Kenta barricaded himself inside and stayed awake all night. When dawn came, the figure was gone and the door was unlocked. Locals say that for the next few days, Kenta was pale, silent, and withdrawn, convinced the spirit had marked him. He quit his job and left the village soon after. Whether it was a hallucination, a prank, or a true supernatural encounter, this incident remains one of the most terrifying modern tales linked to Hachishaku-sama. How to protect yourself from Hachishaku-sama. According to folklore, protection is possible, but it requires specific actions and calm nerves. 1. Salt circles. Many Japanese traditions believe salt purifies spaces and wards off evil spirits. To protect yourself, place bowls of salt in each corner of the room you're staying in. Salt acts as a barrier, preventing Hachishaku-sama from entering. 2. Avoid eye contact. If you encounter her, avoid looking directly into her face. The longer you stare, the stronger her grip on your soul becomes. 3. Do not respond to calls. If she calls your name or mimics voices of your loved ones, do not respond. She uses these tricks to lure victims out. 4. Stay indoors for 4 days. The spirit's curse lasts 4 days. Staying inside a protected area during this period is crucial. 5. Use amulets and talismans. Some rural areas offer protective charms blessed by Shinto priests that are said to keep malevolent spirits at bay. 6. Keep busy and stay calm. Panic feeds fear and power to the spirit. Occupy your mind and keep a steady heart. Fascinating facts about Hachishaku-sama. The po sound she makes is an onomatopoeic representation of her slow footsteps. It's meant to send chills down the spine, so much so that the sound alone can paralyze fear into anyone who hears it. Hachishaku-sama is often compared to Western ghost stories like the Banshee or the tall woman from Slender Man myths, a mysterious, tall, ghostly figure stalking the vulnerable. The legend is sometimes interpreted psychologically, representing the fears and anxieties of children left alone or the societal ostracism of people who seem different. Hachishaku-sama has inspired many manga, anime episodes, and urban legends worldwide, contributing to Japan's rich culture of supernatural storytelling. Unlike many ghosts who haunt a single location, she's said to roam freely, making her presence unpredictable and even more frightening. Why does Hachishaku-sama target children? One theory suggests that children represent innocence and vulnerability, making them easier targets for restless spirits. In old Japan, children wandering alone at night faced real dangers: wild animals, accidents, and kidnappers. The story of Hachishaku-sama might have been told by parents to keep children close and safe. This legend warns kids, don't go outside after dark, don't talk to strangers, and be cautious of who you trust. The mystery of her height and appearance. Why is she so tall? Some legends say her great height was a curse, a punishment for misdeeds in her past life. Others claim she was an outcast due to her unusual appearance, which caused her to harbor resentment after death. The long white gown and hat hide her face, adding to the mystery and fear. The hat also symbolizes a traditional Japanese sun hat worn by villagers to shield from the sun, but in this legend, it hides something far more sinister. Could Hachishaku-sama be real? Of course, as with any legend, the line between truth and myth blurs. Many dismiss the story as folklore designed to scare children and keep them safe. But countless accounts of eerie encounters persist, leaving room for doubt. Is Hachishaku-sama just a tale, or is she a lingering spirit waiting in the shadows, silently hunting? Conclusion. The legend of Hachishaku-sama remains one of Japan's most chilling urban myths. Whether a cautionary tale or a real ghost story, it reminds us how powerful fear can be, and how deeply folklore can shape culture. So the next time you hear a slow po-po outside your window, remember the 8-foot-tall woman who might be watching, waiting. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mystery of Hachishaku-sama, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more eerie tales from around the world. But Hachishaku-sama isn't the only spirit who preys on the unsuspecting. There's another terrifying legend from Japan that's just as chilling. A woman with a slit mouth who asks a deadly question. Would you say yes if she asked, "Am I pretty?" If you want to uncover the horrifying truth behind Kuchisake Onna, her origin, sightings, and the disturbing stories that still haunt Japan, click the link now and step into the shadows of another urban nightmare. And remember, sleep tight if you can.